The Chitty family's Haunui Farm has long stood influential stallions and has an elite broodmare band to die for. And in 2025, they're offering yearlings by some of the best stallions in Australasia and from around the world. Mark, a beautiful morning here at Haunui Farm, and it's always a pleasure to see your draft of yearlings for Karaka. We'll talk about the highlights from the year. Obviously, Orchestral being a major one as a champion 3-year-old, just an outstanding filly, winning an NZ Derby, a Vinery Stud Stakes in Australia. You've had Western Empire, Showmanship, Sabina winning a Desert Gold, Poetic Champion. It is outstanding, the amount of group performers and winners that are coming off this farm still.
Yeah, no, it's all part of it, you know, and it's the end result. You know, it's great to sell a $625,000 yearling, which Orchestral was, and then went on and performed to the highest level, because that doesn't always happen. So it's great when they make a good price as a yearling and go on and run really well for their owners. And then you've got a modicum, Poetic Champion we couldn't sell. So, it shows you've got the breadth of horses available for people to come to Karaka to buy. And then, Sabina was a homebred racing. So it gives you the confidence that we're competing in the Australasian market.
Following in great footsteps, from so many champions of the past from Haunui. And Ethan, your yearling manager, hasn't been here a long time. Great attention to detail and all your staff. You see those really great horse handling skills here within your team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't do a 50-odd yearling prep each year without the staff and the people, and Ethan's done a really good job. He's Irishman, he's come in from Gilgai and then in from Silverdale, and they've obviously, he's a good horseman himself, and he's developed that, and his attention with the staff, and there's a difference from leading and showing. Yep. And the showing detail, he's very good at it, and the staff have really grown underneath him, so it's great.
Fantastic. Let's start with these yearlings for 25 at Karaka, and we looked at lot 18 first of all by Poisier from Irish Colleen. This colt, the dam, a 7-time winner of the Group 2 Concord Stakes here in New Zealand, and this is a half-brother to a Carbine Club, Caulfield Guineas Prelude, Kevin Heffernan winner Crosshaven, and a group winner in Killarney, close relation to a Guineas winner in Crossetti. A powerful, handsome sort of fellow, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Owned by a really good client of ours, Daniel Narclay, is putting a lot of money into the New Zealand racing and breeding industry. He's a Poisier #1 fan. This has been a really good mare. She's a Group 3 winner, Irish Colleen. She's done the job at stud. And obviously Chitty, out of a half-sister, performing really well last year, winning the 2000 Guineas. Good, strong-bodied horse, out of an older mare, but great bone, great muscle, got a bit of character about him. Really nice horse. Early in the sale, so that's always a bit of a test, but I'm sure he'll meet the market nicely.
Next we have lot 547 by Savabeel from Cutting Remark, a half-brother to a fabulous mare in Spanish Whisper who won a CUNY, Let's Elope, Matamata's Breeders' Stakes, and Group 1 places a 2-year-old too she was. The four brothers Sting in the Tail, a Hawkesbury winner recently, Glow Lamp, Rock of Gibraltar family. It's just, again, an outstanding sort of a pedigree, and he really swings along well, when he just sort of relaxes into it, doesn't he?
We're very fortunate to have a really nice Savabeel colt, obviously Savagely, best 3-year-old colt in New Zealand to date, taken all before him. This colt's not as big as Sting in the Tail, probably, and he's just continued to go forward with us. Strong, easy to prep, and a good moving horse once he puts his mind on the job. He's a bit later in the sale, but he'll meet with good demand.
Lot 412 is a colt by Per Incanto from Expression. We know again, of course, the deeds of Per Incanto, not only in New Zealand, but certainly in Australia. The dam is a dual group winner, and this is a half-brother to a stakes placed Rhetorical, close relation to a Karaka Millions winner and Hardline as well. He's just a really strong, sensible boy, isn't he? And he gets along well too.
Yeah, he's a lovely colt. We raced Expression. She was a Group 3, Group 2 winner. This is her third foal, young showcasing mare. She was quick, And we also, you know, Hardline and Perlin came off the farm. So it's a family that actually Taranaki breeder Bill Hurlstone we got involved with many moons ago, and we've been able to breed a really top line horse out of this family, and I think this boy's going to add to that historical record of the family.
Lot 345 by Sababil from Symphonic. Now this is obviously a very special filly. It's the full sister to Orchestral, as I said, a New Zealand Derby Vinery Stud Stakes winner. Close relation also to the Guineas winner here in New Zealand this season in Savaglee, Aegon, Daffodil, a Tissue. Just Group 1 winners abounding in this pedigree. She's got a lot of spunk about her. How does she compare to Orchestral?
She's probably not quite as physical and tall as Orchestral was. But she's a beautiful moving filly. She's a dark brown, easy-going third foal of the mare. I mean, really, we're honoured to be offering this filly at Karaka for Barneswood Farm. They've been big buyers. They're breeding from some really elite mares. This family's obviously just grown and grown. The connection with Savabil's been enormous with the Tissue and Savaglee and Orchestral. She'll have to be a very fit yearling going to Karaka, because she's going to be well admired, and I'm sure she will handle it really, really well. She's got a great temperament, and she's got a little bit of zest for life, so that's good.
Lot 32 is next, a filly by Per Incanto from Joy of Life. The dam is by Zabil. She's a winner over a mile, and close relation to the Levin Classic, Cochrane and Gold Trail Stakes winner Quintessa. So again, another female page dripping with black type success. Half-sister Osteria has won since the catalogue was finished. Quite a forward, strong-bodied sort of filly, but has that good action like a nice Zabil filly too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Per Incanto, I was just having a look, Santa Monica, Belle Claire, just the other day, Rockin' Horse. So you can get a Group 1 filly. This is a really physical filly. We sold a full sister a couple of years ago. They're completely different. Osteria is a really exciting young horse, 3-year-old by Ribchester with the Roger James Robert Wellwood stable. I think he's a potential group horse in the making, and the filly has just eaten up the prep. She just loves it. We've actually had to go whoa rather than push. So I think she's a filly that will come a little bit earlier as a Per Incanto, fourth foal of the mare, nice filly.
And finally here, lot 255, another by Sababil from Rondinella, Ocean Park mare. We know she won 4 times, but second in a Sydney Cup, third in a Tancred. She's just an elite mare, wasn't she, the dam of this filly? And I just love this Valpolicella Villanova Vavasor family. And she's leggy, as you'd expect, being from a staying sort of a mother, but similar to a lot in the family. What do you see in her?
I see a quality filly.
Yeah.
This is the 9th generation of this family. It goes all the way back to our original broodmare and fox owner, bought off the famed Trelawney stud way back in the mid-50s. She's very like Rondinella was at the same stage, good amount of leg, great dark brown colour, moves really well. I think she's a filly that, she's just going to eat up the prep, and, the mare, she's a stakes place Group 1 performer. She should have been, arguably should have been a stakes winner. Her first foal by Schnitzel made $825,000 last year. He's already won a trial with the Tiakau team. They like him a lot. So this again, like the Symphonic fillies, a residual filly. Won a racehorse first and foremost, but it's got massive residual.
And how are you seeing the sale overall, and how it's going to go at Karaka, this year? And we were sort of the top end is great, etc. But how do you see overall?
Look, economy's always a worry. And horse sales sometimes defy economy for whatever reason. I mean, we're lucky here in New Zealand that the racing side of things has, drastically improved. It needed to. But I think, I think the top lots worldwide in the last 12 months have shown that there's still a massive appetite for the top end. I think in the middle, that's always the challenge. Are you closer to the top or to the lower end of the market? But I think there's enough spread. We've got a lot of yearlings in our draft that are by more proven size, and we know that yearling salespeople like young, they like fresh, they like new, but I think in this time, proven is where you want to be. You know where you can be on a Saturday, and I think that's really important. We've had an interesting growing season. We had a really good autumn, bit cooler in the early part of the spring. It was a bit challenging. Coats were a bit slower to move, but I think they'll be ready come the end of January.